Former journalist, political analyst, and YouTuber from New York City, later moving to Fort Lauderdale, was known as Gypsy Crusader. Paul Miller was well known for dressing up as characters when on Omegle, including the Joker, Super Mario, and the Riddler, and any other figure he fancied. Oh hey, it is that guy.
Hi.
What's wrong, kid?
I just got bullied for being gay.
Oh yeah? What's about to happen again?
I doubt the cosplay community accepts him. He frequently agitated minority Omegle users and discussed his alt-right beliefs with them, even attempting to persuade some people to join him. He was banned from Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook due to his alt-right behavior. He describes himself as a radical conservative and is well known for his outspoken support of the alt-right. He frequently professes disdain for radical minorities and fierce opposition to immigration. He has voiced a wish to gas them and harbors a deep hatred towards people who practice other religions. Additionally, he asserted that he is building an army online in preparation for committing a genocide. Some of the video's backgrounds feature hateful flags and armor bearing hate symbols. He has frequently stated that a genocide never happened. He has also advocated for sending people of different races back to countries they originate from, as if their races aren't here for being kidnapped and bringing them here in the first place, as if white people came from the United States, not Native Americans. These people are so ignorant to history. We don't belong in the United States any more than people of other races, except for natives. He has been labeled as a white nationalist and expressed support for a civil war. I have a better idea. How about a revolutionary war to fix the economy, inflation, and this massive wealth gap between the elites and middle class? I am ignorant and know nothing about war. Don't listen to me. Well, at least I know more than this bloke. I mean, we have to do something about the economy, right? He attempted to attend a gathering held by white national group the Proud Boys in 2018 while working as an independent journalist in hopes to write about the event. However, he was turned away as he didn't have a ticket. A few Antifa activists attacked Paul as he was walking home because they mistook him for being a Proud Boys affiliate. However, two actual Proud Boy members intervened to rescue Paul, then claimed to have no affiliation with any of the groups, although the Antifa activists who attacked him were detained. The case was ultimately dismissed. Following this, they would dox Paul. The FBI would visit his home. He even lost his job when a few individuals were able to get in touch with his employer. Since he was rendered unemployed by the aforementioned events, Paul claimed that starting a YouTube channel was his only legal means of fighting back. He frequently uploaded footage of Antifa riots to the channel. He hung a flag that stated "No White Guilt" from an overpass in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, as part of a white national banner drop that took place around the country. He made fun of Black Lives Matter protesters and said that only those of his race mattered. He has received criticism for his offensive online behavior and racist remarks. He is also well known for his connections to other white nationalists and online personalities. Due to his online behavior, he was doxxed, which resulted in Antifa assaulting him again. Additionally, his mother was doxxed. Later, he would come under attack from an alt-right organization who forced him to temporarily leave his home. On March 2, 2021, Paul was detained on 3 separate accusations after the alt-right group claimed he was defaming white supremacists. Flashbangs reportedly went off during the early morning raid at his home. He was found to have illegal possession of a firearm, which led to him being detained. He was officially charged with this offense in 2021. He was denied bail a week later and was to remain incarcerated while on trial. On June 22, 2021, Miller pleaded guilty to 1 count each of possession of a firearm, possession of ammunition, and on September 28th, he was sentenced to 41 months imprisonment followed by 3 years supervised release. After serving 16 months, he was released from prison on good behavior and with supervised release on January 31st, 2023. Interesting to note, this white supremacist isn't even white. His father is Romanian and his mother is Mexican. I wonder what happens in these people's upbringing to make them like this. The Department of Justice said in the months immediately before his arrest, Miller had made hundreds of internet posts publicizing his animosity towards various minority groups and his support for the initiation of a race-based civil war in the United States. Paul, however, presented a different account in court. He cried during his sentencing in September 2021. According to a report from the Daily Mail, at the time, after his fans were overheard screaming racial remarks, he apologized to his attorney, saying, "I never wanted anything like this." He had told the police he had the weapon because he thought someone was trying to hurt him, which is true. Several people have attacked him, though if he wanted a weapon, he could have at least legally bought one, which is not that difficult in Florida. Just this April, the Florida Republican governor signed a bill allowing people to carry concealed weapons in public without a permit, which was a primary priority for him. Additionally, the law repeals the requirements that individuals receive training before carrying a concealed weapon outside the home. He had also apologized profusely to the judge. "I am very sorry about this. I really am." His tears, though, were in stark contrast to the online rants he posted as an investigative journalist. Russian streamer 30-year-old Stas Rifley is shown forcing his girlfriend outside the house in the freezing morning of December 2nd in a village outside of Moscow while she was just wearing her underwear. The incident was streamed for his audience, who were more amused than horrified. He carried Valentina back inside and said, "My bunny, what is up with you? Guys, no pulse, she's pale, she's not breathing. Valia, damn, you look like you are dead. Bunny, come on, tell me something, I'm worrying, damn. I'm not feeling her heartbeat."
Что за хуйня? Какой устала? Валя, ты чё? Заяц мой, ты живая, нет? Ты чё, как так? Валь, ты чё? Валя. Блядь, я еще пошел к соседям, это пизда, это несерьезно, нахуй. Я вам говорю, она как будто мертвая, нахуй.
He used a website called Donate Pay to make money while streaming, and when media agencies contacted the site, they revealed that a viewer had given him $1,000 to lock her outside. After talking to viewers a bit, he called emergency services.
Она уже вообще никак, вообще, она могла так замерзнуть в такой температуре?
Могла, конечно.
Могла?
Так, ну как, она в доме, у вас дома тепло? Или печка топит?
Ну я специально дверь открыл, чтобы она проветрилась, типа протрезвела.
The broadcast continued for another 2 hours, showing police and paramedics arriving.
Верьте, пожалуйста.
Я чувствую, проверять-то она уже починила.
Мертвая?
Еще не починила. Мертвая, конечно, холодная.
Что?
Да ладно.
Все мертвая?
Это что, вы с тех пор еще снимаете дом? Столько времени. Мертвая, конечно.
Despite their requests for the stream to be turned off, it was reported there were tens of thousands of viewers as paramedics pronounced her deceased on stream. It was found that she had passed, the cause being hypothermia. Even worse, he dumped water on her before forcing her outside. She tried to wrap herself in a jacket, but he took it away, telling her she needed to sober up. It was said she was outside for hours, though neighbors argued they only noticed her outside for a short period of time. He commented that he did this so she wouldn't stink. She has a bowel disease and he was punishing her for it. His YouTube channel was removed after the platform learned about the event, commenting, "We're shocked to learn of this tragic incident. His kind of graphic content is not acceptable on YouTube." It was not immediately known what streaming service this occurred on. Twitch commented that he had been banned from their platform since 2018. Unsurprisingly, there have been multiple other streamed incidences where he has been shown being cruel to his girlfriend on stream. She has been pepper sprayed, and marks on her body indicate she was a victim of domestic abuse. In a previous live stream, she revealed she was pregnant. Though no physical evidence suggests this, he faced 15 years in prison after the autopsy revealed a traumatic brain injury and cerebral hemorrhage. He argued that she had actually passed of an overdose. His sentence was delivered after only a few months. He was sentenced to 6 years in a maximum security prison, guilty of involuntary manslaughter. Many believe the person who donated $1,000 for her to be locked outside should also be found and tried. He showed no remorse, saying there is nothing to be guilty about, as he did nothing wrong, saying he called for the ambulance himself. This type of content is not uncommon in Russia. It is referred to as trash streaming, where people are paid to commit violent acts. 2 other incidents were a live homeless man being buried and a woman's head being slammed against a table in public. After this fatality, Russian lawmakers announced that they'll put more attention into trash streaming. Adam Fulton was a popular Flash animator of Newgrounds, referred to as Live Corpse. Not mostly known for his creations, but the crimes he committed. After being discharged from the army due to a leg injury, Adam created the website Live Corpse Comics and posted many of his hand-drawn comics he had created throughout the course of his life there. Adam would occasionally add comics to his website from 2001 up into 2003. When he moved to Newgrounds, Adam rapidly started to fill his profile with contributions after spending 3 days learning how to create his own Flash animations. He developed a modest fan base on Newgrounds because of the intense gore in his cartoons and his dark humor. By this time, Adam had left his parents' San Jose, California residence for his new Tucson, Arizona apartment. He was self-sufficient and supported himself by working construction jobs. Only a handful of Flash animators have ever submitted over 100 Flash animations to Newgrounds, in as little time as Live Corpse did between 2003 and 2004. However, a lot of his work was of mediocre quality, receiving only a rating of 2 to 3 stars out of 5. On the late night of June 8, 2004, one of Adam's neighbors tried to enter his apartment illegally. The neighbor refused to leave, even after being repeatedly told not to enter. There was a fight at one point, and Adam wound up stabbing the neighbor. He ran out of his apartment holding a firearm and shot a responding police officer who challenged him because he was afraid that his right to self-defense would not be recognized as legal. While shooting the police officer wouldn't help with that. Adam was added to Arizona's most wanted list after he evaded the emergency personnel. Adam hid inside a dumpster for the following 3 days as he thought about his options. On June 11th, at 4:46, Adam made a decision. He returned to his apartment using a bus trip day pass. He arrived and, as he had done a year before when he locked himself outside, shattered a window to gain entry to his apartment. He logged onto his computer and sent 2 emails outlining what happened as well as what was to occur. Adam's parents called the San Jose Police Department at 6:11 a.m. to report that their son had sent them 2 emails where he threatened that he would no longer want to continue living. The Tuscan police then sent out police to Adam's residence after receiving the information from San Jose PD around 6:30 a.m. Adam entered his bathroom and sustained self-inflicted wounds after hearing the police sirens. Neither his neighbor or the police officer passed, only suffered from minor injuries. Adam had ADHD. It is likely, though he was never officially diagnosed, he also suffered from depression. He has some kind of Newgrounds popularity before his passing, and that notoriety is now strongly established in Newgrounds subculture after this event. What do you think of this? Was he truly an evil person who wanted to hurt others, or did he just panic and make an inexcusable stupid mistake? The letters he wrote to his parents read, "By the time you read this, I will have ended my life. For the past 3 days, I have been a fugitive from justice, following events of nightmarish purport. The main thing is that I injured an innocent police officer who did nothing wrong. Here's how it happened. My neighbor Rick and I had met up a couple of times to have a beer. I had known he was insane, and he told me he was on disability for it. Well, being a Native American by 1/2, he gets a bit off his rocker more so when he drinks. Also, on Tuesday, the day of the events, we did partake in some marijuana. All of this seemed to change him into a mean, crazy bastard. I told him I was going to go home and sleep, and he demanded 2 more beers. I told him, okay, wait out here. He tried to push his way into my apartment. I told him best I could that I never have visitors, but he wasn't listening. I think he was trying to take advantage of me. I said if he comes in, he's going to find out I'm the sort of guy who stands up for his property. In my blind, drunken stupor, I grabbed my knife and poked him with it, never intending to cause damage, just to show him I meant business. He yelped and walked off. Next thing I know, I hear many sirens, and the neighborhood is swarming with police and ambulances. My adrenaline kicked in, and I was for some reason certain that I would end up getting screwed. And also, I don't live in the cleanest lifestyle anyways, so I snapped. I felt nothing but fear. It was either run away or die trying. So I hurried out the door, turned the corner, and I'm face to face with a scrawny man in a black uniform. I acted out of pure insanity and drunkenness. I saw nothing as I squeezed the trigger except the fence I jumped over. I hear yells of pain and heard 3 or more shots whizzing by me, some hitting the fence. I run as fast as I could, through yards, over fences. I slowed down to a quick pace and took off my outer shirts. That is how I managed to elude the 30 or more officers, including SWAT, K-9, and helicopters. I wish they had shot me dead that day. The last 3 days have been pure hell, filled with the reality that I might never see or hear from any of my friends or family again, ever. I hid in the dumpsters and behind buildings and on side streets. I am splitting this message into 2 parts, as I may pass before I finish. I am able to write these final words because I managed to get to my apartment early this morning, and this is where I shall rest in peace. There are many reasons why I must no longer continue to be alive, rather than face hard labor in prison or go on the run. I am too weak to make it in prison, and have too many mental problems. They would eat me alive in there. I would die of AIDS quickly and painfully. Also, it would be hell because of my sleeping disorders, which have ruined my life many times over. Army, Job Corps, roommates. I am a loner by default, and behind bars is constantly being harassed by predators. This route out of prison is much too painful and ineffective. I cannot go on the run because I am a hesitant coward when it comes to crime. For the last 3 days, I needed a car to leave town, but let multiple opportunities pass. With so much fear, I could not pay my rent. Though I prepared myself to do crimes, I backed out at the last moment every time. Survival of the fittest, and I am a weak person doomed to fail. I have tried my very hardest to make it in life. Oh, how I have tried. And now that it comes to having to prey on others to survive, I fail at that. I like to play like I don't have much empathy, But truth is, I have too much. For some reason, I give a damn about other people. And on that note, I want to apologize to the officer for shooting him. That is so fucked up. I don't deserve to walk on the same planet as him. For the past 3 nights, I could hear his agonized cries as I lay tossing and turning, sleepless in a cold dumpster, like the piece of garbage I am. For 4 years, the man has served the Tuscan Police Department, and in a routine investigation, the man gets shot by a low-life psychotic. For no reason other than he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I wish he had made his target when he returned fire Tuesday. I honestly do, because truthfully, I am nearly too cowardly to take my own life. That is, until today, there is nothing that can end my resolve. What? There is nothing that can end my resolve to end this, and end it now. He quotes 9 Inch Nails, a lifetime of fucking up, fixed in a blink of an eye. All I've ever done in life is mess up, and recently I was damn near about to be evicted, and I thought things couldn't get any worse. And then I trusted another human being, neighbor Rick. And from that, one bullet messed my whole life up. Well, one bullet is all it takes to make it right again. I had a lot of mental problems, many of which kept me indoors for days at a time, and sleepless for days at a time. I was a nervous wreck. Anyways, it's been a good run, and I am done with this piece of trash planet. I apologize in advance for the grief this will cause my loved ones, but would you rather have me exist only to be a large black man's sex toy in prison, or to steal cars and do bad things to good people as a fugitive? I have no other choice. This is the end for me, my time to finally rest in peace. I love you all more than words can express. Resting in peace, Adam Christopher Fulton. I don't know about you, but to me this man does not seem evil. At least based off these letters. In my opinion, some people do not need to be in prison. They need to be helped. Though feel free to disagree with me and start a discussion in the comments. I have hope that one day we will have technology to discern if someone is truly evil and will hurt people, so we can do something about them before they actually hurt someone. Though, is it unethical to punish someone before they even commit a crime? Is it worth the safety of the masses? I would love to know what other people think about this. A member of the Hispanic YouTube community, Lucian Entertainment is from Chile. At the age of 10, Matthias started his YouTube channel in 2014. He first posted videos of himself drawing his stuffed animals, horror gameplays including Five Nights at Freddy's, Slender, and SCP Containment Breach, as well as paint animations. These videos frequently featured blood, gore, and high-pitched screams. He started to exhibit traits of an internet troll in early 2018, forcing conversations and arguments with other YouTubers, being racist towards them, and making several videos with it. He released a video called Portazo Slap, in which he restrained Jason Kruger, his cat, and shoved an open can of cat food in his face. It's odd what bizarre things children post. Exhibiting that he showed unkind behavior towards animals from childhood, Pollution has received criticism for xenophobic remarks towards individuals from different nations, such as Mexicans, Argentinians, Colombians, Venezuelans, and Americans. On numerous occasions. One instance of this is when, during their argument, he referred to Super Wario Man as Mexichango, which is Spanish for Mexi Monkey.
Por lo que estaban esperando, ya está aquí Peluchín.
The first instances of Matthias' sexual harassment of his school peers started to surface in 2017, when he was 13, One of the most disgusting instances was when he pleasured himself in the middle of a live presentation while repeating the name of a classmate, saying he was thinking about her. Through WhatsApp, Matthias shared this audio to a classmate and asked him to share it with a group of his peers. You will meet boys with absolute audacity who have no clue how to socially interact in middle school. Can parents please teach their boys how to treat girls respectfully sexually, or they'll think it's appropriate to act like this. At 13, I was manipulated and blackmailed by boys who thought treating people like this for sexual pleasure was acceptable. Parents, I know sexual conversations with your children are uncomfortable, but you have to do more than tell them what sex is. You have to teach them how to treat their future partner with respect. If you can't have these conversations with your boys, then don't become a parent. His classmate he sent the audio to did not share it with the group as he requested, but he did share it with several other peers until it reached the girl. How do 13-year-old boys think stuff like this is funny? Enough to share even. They did not think it was disgusting. They encouraged his behavior. These developing years where kids are developing sexual feelings but are still children are absolutely deplorable. I never ever want kids. They are expensive, a huge responsibility, messy, annoying, noisy, and time-consuming. I see absolutely no appeal in having children. There is literally not a single positive I personally see. You may love children and want to have several. That's okay. We can disagree and still love each other. These audios were posted to YouTube by one of his classmates, then privated. I can try to find them when I edit, but I doubt I'll be able to. Actually, no, the kid is 13. I am not including audio of him doing this crap. I do not even want to listen to it or think about it. If you want to listen to him wanking it, you weirdos can try to find it. But I am not doing it for you. Additionally, he has touched some of his peers inappropriately. In 2019, when he was 15, Matthias had to give a court testimony after being investigated for assaulting two of his peers. In 2018, a video he had previously uploaded that showed him being violent to Jason Kruger as he tried to flee. In the video, Kruger is picked up by the tail and repeatedly dropped before being thrown, stepped on, kicked, and repeatedly smacked with a wooden spoon. The cat was hurt by Matthias and eventually passed away at the vet. In a different video, he can be seen tossing one of the two kittens he bought after Jason passed away into a dirty toilet bowl. I am very desensitized. There are a lot of things I can handle without any emotion, which honestly concerns me, but harming cats is one thing I cannot handle seeing. I just love them so much. Of course, no one deserves to be hurt, but I have a special place in my heart for cats. Many people have called for his arrest. After these videos created a great deal of outrage, not just in the Spanish-speaking community, but even beyond, YouTubers discussed the situation with contempt for the young man when these recordings went viral on Twitter and on other social media sites. One YouTuber pleaded for calm, claiming that they had requested for money to hire a hitman. After some time, Matthias said he didn't care about his cats and would continue to adopt them and get rid of them. He added that he would also get rid of his mother. He is not simply just getting rid of cats. He isn't adopting them and euthanizing them. He is sadistically inflicting harm on them for his personal pleasure. Does anyone remember when I said earlier, I hope technology in the future could identify evil people and take care of them before they hurt anyone? Do we think more strongly about this statement now? When Penguin Z0 posted the video, YouTubers, their cats. In 2020, Matthias' channel once more gained attention. Due to the popularity and longevity of his channel, other YouTubers were motivated by him to upload videos of themselves harming animals, especially cats. At this point, YouTube still had not taken any action towards his channel. It took several other YouTubers to bring attention to him, Penguins being a big help. Following the 2018 cat controversy, many other YouTubers intimidated him with disgusting behavior in an effort to please pollution and increase views. Among the most well-known of these is Natalos, a man from Argentina or Mexico, who has posted pictures of animal corpses to his accounts and refers to himself as the new god and pollution's biggest fan. Several people who live in Matthias City went to his residence trying to take justice in their own hands. Due to the popularity and longevity of his channel, other YouTubers were motivated by him. In 2020, the police arrived and investigated Pollution's home. On the news, Matthias' mother spoke out in his defense, claiming that they were intimidating her son and that since 2018, when he stopped owning pets, they have been directing him in the correct direction.
Desde el momento que sucedió esta situación, no tuvimos más animales, ni vamos a tener más animales por un tema más que nada para que él no vuelva a cometer lo que hizo. Nosotros nunca hemos estado a favor del maltrato animal.
YouTubers communicated that Natalos, and not Pollution, was the genuine author of the new occurrences of animal maltreatment and expressed their disapproval of the harsh attitude of the public towards Pollution's family. Whether he has committed a repeat violation or there has been identity theft is still up for question, considering there are channels pretending to be him for attention. In a video that was published in 2018, when he was 16, a friend of his admitted what he had done to the cats and gave a sketchy explanation for what had happened to the other cats. Yet, however, Pollution had to be persuaded to be honest. He returned in 2019 to share videos to tell the truth. Everything transpired as a result of him sending the YouTubers he feuded with the video of the cat he harmed, who started asking well-known YouTubers to comment on him and degrade him. Since he was plainly wearing his school uniform in the video where he harmed the cat, he was kicked out from the school he attended. In 2020, Pollution shared a video acknowledging all his wrongdoings. The following information in the video: he displayed troll behavior in 2016 because he had experienced rude comments from other users when he first joined the platform. This led to him harassing others and playing the part of villain in order to profit from the anger and attention he attracted. He met a bad and degenerate guy and ended up becoming like him, which is when he started harassing his peers sexually. He argued with other YouTubers simply to elicit greater anger and negative feedback from others. Because it was his birthday, the cat Jason received that smack to the face as a game, and Pollution claims that he did it out of play and not out of malice. The other cat, Jara, was only put in the toilet, and the injuries he had were brought on by having ringworm at birth, claiming the injuries his cat had did not come from him. Before receiving the well-known assaulting that made the channel popular, the cat Jason vanished for 2 days. When he reappeared, he was severely injured and could not move his hind legs. Unable to get help, he made the controversial video in an effort to get the cat to move his injured hind legs. Do you guys believe this kid is stupid enough to believe hitting a cat with a spoon will help his cat regain his ability to move its legs? As he finishes the video, he explains that he started to regret his actions after being sent to a mental institution and making new friends. He goes on to claim that it was his buddy who helped him change and stop being sick in the head, and he dedicates the video to her as a gesture of gratitude and apologies. Do you believe people this deplorable have the ability to change, or are they just born that way and don't have a place in society? I honestly would need to do more research on it before I can say without a doubt yes. I honestly do believe people have the ability to change, but that's from ignorance and making stupid offensive jokes. I believe they can learn and change, but literal abusers, I am not so sure. Though I'm not an expert in the field, maybe someone who has worked with an individual like this has a different opinion. Is psychopathy a curable illness? In response to these criticisms, Pollution defended himself by saying that he always reads a script when making his videos, as it helps him memorize what he means already, which influences his voice. These apologies were obviously questioned by many people. He has devoted himself to uploading gameplays of video games like Among Us and Roblox subsequently to his channels. Why do some people get permanently banned from owning a YouTube account like Keemstar, but this literal criminal is free to post on YouTube? He has also posted to YouTube regarding his experiences with others, meaning the xenophobic arguments he got into with other YouTubers. He has also made videos showing off purchases, and he makes reference to his previous online trolling. His current account, Matthias, is relatively active. He uploads gaming videos and offers regrets for his youthful behavior. Another account that posted his videos with made-up titles has been exposed as fake since it mainly posted re-uploads of his videos with odd names and frequently used incorrect grammar, unlike Matthias. He can be seen holding what is now known to be his aunt's cat in the "I have adopted another cat" video that he posted on the channel. Later, the fake account posted a video titled Test Cat that features a cat being hurt. It is unknown if the video was created by the fake account or came from somewhere else. Many others were certain it was his aunt's cat from the Instagram photo. A day after it was released, a video discussing it was uploaded that included the audio from the video. In an effort to move on, he asked for forgiveness for his earlier offenses. This kid is extremely lucky to have evaded jail time. If he was just a year older when the crimes were committed, he would have been sent to jail. Remember, he didn't just do one thing wrong. He was also xenophobic and a predator towards his classmates. I would not feel safe around him. I wonder if he feels safe going out in public knowing there are a lot of people who are disgusted by him and want to hurt him. Do people like this have a right to feel safe? Carl Harold, better known as U-Carl H on Reddit, was known for being a YouTuber who specialized in teaching programming and technology.
Okay, so let me go ahead and begin here. So what I have is a completely fresh install of Ubuntu, and I went through one other process here, which is I created myself a Gmail account.
According to Wikipedia, from 2006 to 2009, programming-related topics were the most popular subreddits and searches on the site, which is why Carl Harold created the subreddit Carl H Programming. Carl's subreddit inevitably took off after he started offering free programming classes for all skill levels. Carl even prevented someone from inflicting harm on themselves in the subreddit. On Reddit, he was praised for being kind and helpful, well-liked by the community, and a lifesaver by many. He also taught people how to program. He launched a blog called ComputerScienceForEveryone.com, where he posted daily blogs about programming and other computer-related topics shortly after his subreddit gained attention. Additionally, he started a YouTube channel where he posted programming-related videos. His YouTube channel, which attracted about 34,000 subscribers, was highly beneficial for learning programmers. Carl was a very active Reddit member who frequently assisted others and received praise for it. Carl received the highly remarked title of Redditor of the Day on July 26, 2012, which was a big deal back when Reddit first started. Users asked him questions while he was Redditor of the Day. In one of his responses, he stated that he loves spending time with the family, which is rather ironic way of putting it, as you will learn later. Soon after, Carl began holding Skype conversations with his students. Things started to become dicey in November 2013. His following found it strange when Carl's online presence vanished, disappearing from his website, YouTube channel, and Reddit account. Carl was a regular user. Why would he stop now without any sort of inactivity notice? His followers resorted to leaving comments on his most recent post, inquiring as to his whereabouts and whether everything was alright. People inevitably quit and believed he was ill or taking a break from the internet. Although these beliefs weren't entirely accurate, the FBI in Alabama obtained several graphic pictures of a 9-year-old. Given that the boy is a minor, it took the FBI less than a week to track him down. The child had been held hostage for several months, while 2 men assaulted him while filming the entire ordeal. The fact that the boy was Carl's son may finally provide an explanation. If you assume that Carl took a break because his child was a victim, you are not wholly mistaken. Carl wasn't taking a vacation because he was the one hurting his son. Instead, he was held hostage for almost 2 years. Carl, a severe criminal, coerced his son, aged 9, into participating in all these sick activities. He was detained along with his accomplice. One of the Reddit users posted a link to an article as soon as the news spread. His followers were unaware of his life outside the site and could not believe that this supposedly kind man who taught them how to code could harm anyone, much less his own son. Carl's reputation had been tarnished. Instead of positive remarks, hostile ones had taken their place on his social media. In November 2014, Carl Harold and Charles Donovant were arrested with 30 charges. Harold was accused with 18 counts for a variety of offenses, including conspiracy to commit sodomy and aggravated assault of a child under the age of 12. Carl was now being extradited to New York State on federal charges. On November 21st, he was scheduled to appear in Syracuse Federal Court. But on November 3rd, Harold's body was discovered in his detention cell in Clay County. He was found hanging on the roof. The following day, he reached the front pages of numerous local newspapers. When cell officials were questioned, none of them expressed any indication that Harold might attempt to not live anymore. Harold's attorney didn't think Harold was capable of doing something like this. It shocked him. Harold was in good spirits the last time he saw him, and he appeared ready to keep pursuing this case. This resulted in the case going cold. However, in 2016, a post on Carl's subreddit startled everyone. Carl's account made a post claiming to be him. He claimed to have managed to get out of jail, was still alive, and would soon resume hosting his website. He also claimed that he had faked his fatality, was currently in Russia, and would present evidence at an Ask Me Anything submit. Everyone began to make offensive remarks on the post, of course. How else would they respond to his return? He did not reply when pressed for evidence that the person posting was actually Carl. Carl disappeared once more from the internet after that. He stopped posting anything online. The majority of people think he had passed. However, there are suspicions that Carl is still alive because there was little to no evidence of his demise beyond the statements made by the government. As they continue to exist, Carl's Reddit and YouTube channels remain up and are a part of the unnerving internet lore. It's still unknown who created the Reddit thread in question.